Welcome back to Detroit Pissed Me Off. We got some breaking news for you guys. The offseason continues to get more and more interesting. The Pistons make a trade with the New York Knicks, and they are not sending anything back. In my estimation, of the point they're receiving 2 picks, cash, Nerlens Noel, and Alec Burks. So they're taking on a lot of salary, some bad contracts. I wouldn't say necessarily terrible if you're looking at the contract specifically here. With Alec Burks in $10.4 million. I think Noel's about the same. Noel is getting paid at $9.8 million. So that's another $20 million, approximately $19-20 million. The Pistons will be taking on in salary space. So you can just kiss Miles Bridges goodbye, which is kind of disappointing. Well, I mean, there's still a chance, we trade Kelly Olynyk and we could possibly free up some cap space, but I just don't see it happening at this point, which maybe for the best. What we have added in Alec Burks, which kind of excites me, is a bit of a shooter here. If you look at his career, he is right around 40% in the last 4 seasons. You look at his last 4 seasons, shooting 40.4%, 41%, 38.5, 41.6, 37.5, 36. If he stays in that range, 37 to 40%, he's going to be a nice floor spacer for Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham, what the Pistons really need. Now, is he going to be a starter? I surely hope not. I think they could go with him in some small lineups. He's 6'6", so I mean technically he could play the small forward, I guess, as you move Sadiq down to the 4. But I don't see that being the likely scenario. I see him coming off the bench most likely to add some floor spacing there with Killian and providing some shooting there. So not like a big monster trade, but they really got another guy in Nerlens Noel who was the type of player that we needed, and now we have Durant and Nerlens Noel, guys that can block shots, and I've seen Nerlens Noel play very well in his career. The only problem with Nerlens Noel that I've seen is he gets injured a lot. He's not a great offensive player, but he does a lot. He's very active around the rim, blocking shots, grabbing boards, running the floor. If he can stay healthy for the Pistons, this is actually not a bad pickup at all. I like Nerlens Noel as a guy. Now, we do have a bit of a logjam up front now, so, is this going to mean Kelly Olynyk maybe possibly traded? Could Isaiah Stewart be traded? What does this mean for the Detroit Pistons moving forward in that front court? And I'd say at this point, I don't think this affects Marvin Bagley, or does it? Are they not going to re-sign him? I mean, they've already offered the qualifying offer, so I think they're still going to pursue Marvin Bagley. So we've got Bagley up front, Nerlens Noel, now Kelly Olynyk. I mean, we're going to have to play Kelly Olynyk at the power forward coming off the bench. I think that's kind of the answer. Something like that. You got to have more depth in the front court. There's always going to be some sort of injuries, especially going to bring Nerlens Noel. Kelly Olynyk was injured last year. Guys are going to become in and out of the rotations due to injury, whatnot. Still, if we're having these COVID lockdowns, or not lockdowns, but health and safety protocols, a lot of times you're going to need extra players. So not really great news for Garza. It's like Garza will probably be in the G League if he's able to be retained, probably on a two-way deal or something like that. So it doesn't look like Garza's probably has much future in the on the Pistons this year, but he may be down at the Motor City Cruise, which I do hope the best for him. I really like his pops too, and I like his work ethic. And obviously his three-point shooting is right there. If he could be passable in the defensive end, it would be nice. But really, I think the big thing here is adding the shooting and adding some more defensive intensity in Nerlens Noel. I think those two things are big, and we didn't have to give up a damn thing. Well, we do have to take contract. So the Pistons have decided they are going to use this contract space, take on more contracts, not necessarily in free agency. I still think going after a Burn Forbes or a Malik Monk, T.J. Warren type player would still be a nice move for the Pistons. We'll have to wait and see. Free agency doesn't start till on Thursday, but we're already getting after it. So Detroit pissing me off. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, of course. Will Smith it. A little back. Hit the notification bell to be notified when my time-sensitive videos are posted. So exciting times in Detroit. It'll be interesting to see what else we do here coming up. We'll keep you posted here on the channel. Detroit pissed me off. Well, there's not too much to be pissed off about right now. The fact that we're not going to get Miles Bridges, it might work out. Flexibility long term. Bridges and Burks, I do believe, are right around in that last. Let's make sure. But I think they're in their last year of their contract. No, next season. So they're got another year for Nerlens. It looks like at the age of 28, so he's still young. He was drafted, 6th overall from Kentucky. Wow. And then you got Alec Burks. And Alec Burks, 11.7 per game last year, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, he's not a bad pickup. I think he fits in well. A good free throw percent shooter, 83%. Gets a steal a game. He's solid on the defensive end for the Pistons. Those 2 second-round picks might come in handy to flip here in the future, so stay tuned to that. So your boy Matty Ice is out, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time on Detroit. Pissed me off.